traders. Today is the 24th of September 2010, and happy trading to you all. A very happy trading day for all TSTW24 traders. This is the hourly chart of the Euro USD currency pair, and we know that this currency pair is in an uptrend. Okay, a strong uptrend for this Euro USD, but in the uptrend also we have a cycle to the downside sometime, also a cycle to the upside. Okay, so in the uptrend, the cycle to the upside will be stronger than the cycle to the downside. Okay, we were expecting this currency pair to pull back nicely. Okay, this is a contra trend. Okay, the pullback is a contra trend, but if the market is very bullish, the market will continue to go up. This Euro USD will continue to go up, but we know that in the uptrend there must be a time where we have a cycle to the downside, which is a contra trend, a risky trade. Okay, if you watch my previous video about how to use the pivot level like professional traders, I said that in the uptrend, repeat, in the uptrend, we must concentrate only on the bullish signal and stay away from the bearish signal. Okay, and in the uptrend, the price it has a tendency to move from M2 to M4. Okay, the M2 is the middle line between the pivot level S1 and S2. I repeat my correction. The M2 is the middle line between the S1 and the central pivot level. So the central line S1 and the pivot level, the central pivot level here, the middle line, which is this yellow line here, where my cursor is the M2. In the uptrend, the price has a tendency to move between M2 and M4. M4 is the middle line between the R2 and the R1. Okay, M2 is the middle line between S1 and the central pivot, and the M4 is the middle line between the R1 and the R2. Okay, so this yellow line here where I'm rotating my cursor, this is the M2, and this yellow line up here is the M4. We know that the Euro USD is in an uptrend. Okay, we have this kind of inverted head and shoulder here this morning. As you can see here, the price went down, come back, display lower low, and come back again, display a higher low here. Right here, the inverted head and shoulder was completed nicely on M2, and the price find the support here, and with the price zoom all the way to M4. So today, the target of today is achieved nicely from M2, right here, M2 to M4. And most of the traders that are using this method of trading are likely to take their profit at M4. Okay, because we are in an uptrend. The major trend for this currency pair is up, but there must be also some pullback in this market. So today the market has completed the uptrend cycle from M2 to M4, right there, M4. These two levels, you must pay attention to them all the time for this currency pair, the Euro USD, because the major trend is up. So today the price went from M2 to M4, and the people are likely to take profit at M4. It does not mean that the price must come down. By all means, after it reaches M4, sometimes it will cross it and continue the movement to the upside, depending how bullish the market is towards that particular security. Okay, so right here we are at M4 now, and we are expecting some of the traders who are using this M2 to M4 target to take some of the profit, giving us a movement to the downside, which will be a contra trend. Okay, so this is what you need to do. If you are looking for a contra trend in the uptrend, you must look for opportunity to sell around the region of M4 using your TSTW24 trading system. As always, the trend line must be broken, and also confirming to you the signal is one thing, the entry point is the most important thing. Like I said to you, if the music has changed, the dance also must change. And this morning we were expecting this currency pair, as you can see, was going down nicely. And this morning, if you did not pay attention to the news, you have this surprise here. There was excellent news regarding the euro. The price just gushed up, you see, from here all the way to M4, and the people are start taking profit at M4. Another thing you need to use also the psychology in this market, the mindset. Okay, at 8:30 Eastern Time. There are some important news regarding the US dollar coming up soon. US economy coming at 8:30 this morning Eastern Time. The people who are bullish this morning, the price went from M2 to M4. They won't like to risk their profits, so they would like to take some of their profit before the news come out at 8:30. So we are expecting a major news at 8:30. The likelihood, the probability is that some of the traders that are make a lot of profit from this M2 to M4 are likely to take profit at M4 here because they know that important news is coming, but it does not mean that the price will definitely by all means come down again. Okay, so if you are looking for opportunity to sell in the uptrend, because we know in the uptrend the price has tendency to move from M2 to M4, so if you're looking for a contra trend, which is a risky trend, you must look for that contra trend in the region of M4, which is the target of each day. Okay, but the market can do exactly what you like to do. So the best thing to do is to keep your eyes wide open and to follow the price with the TSTW24 trading system. At this zone at M4, you will switch on your bearish instant and start looking for opportunity to sell. And if the opportunity to sell is given to you, you sell. If there is no opportunity to sell, you do not sell. Simple as that. Okay, so the market is very bullish today, as you can see. An inverted head and shoulder. This is what I'm talking about, the pattern right here. The music right change right here, even though this currency pair was going down this morning. If I draw my trend line to you right here on the hourly chart of the Euro USD, as you can see, the trend this morning was going down nicely and people were selling right here, but right here the price found the support. The music has changed, trend line broken right here. The price zoomed to the upside. Now we are at M4, which is the target of M2 to M4. Those who are using this tool are likely to come up here, so you can look for opportunity to sell in this region here. This is what I'm talking about, being flexible and following the price, not to assume anything or to be rigid. Do not be rigid, do not be courageous trader, just follow the price. M2 to M4 completed for today. Likelihood is that people will take profit at M4 here, and if the price is too bullish, it may cross it and continue to the upside. So you just use the knowledge that you have and also keep your eyes wide open, following the price, the number one indicator. This is to show you how you can play this game carefully in this crazy market, okay, where the market is now very volatile. A lot of bad news coming from United States. The sentiment towards the US dollar is that people are very bearish towards the US dollar. Fundamentally, we should be selling the US dollar. As you can see right here, the price found the support. M2 went to M4, M2, M4 in the uptrend, and M1 to M3 to M1 in a downtrend. If you haven't watched my video about how to use the pivot level like professional traders, you may go and watch it, and to remind yourself how you can use this knowledge of M2 to M4 and also from M3 to M1 in a downtrend in order to maximize your profit. So what do we need to remember in this video? Like I said to the TSTW24 trader, you must, very important, have the pivot line on your chart. If you do not have the pivot line on your chart, you are trading blindly, okay? The yellow line here is the M2, the yellow line here is M4. Have it on your chart all the time. Have also, if you want to draw the these M3 and M1, I will draw them for you quickly here, so you can also do exactly the same thing. So every morning you come in the market. So now I'm going to draw my M1, okay? My M1 is right here. I will call out that, I will choose which color. I will choose a green for that. So this is my M1 here. As you can see, this is my line here for the M1, the green one, and I'm going to do M3 here. M3 is somewhere here in the middle of central pivot, and R1, this is the M3, and I will draw it also green. So between this green line here where my cursor is, that's the M1, and this one is the M3. And in the downtrend, we are expecting the price to move from M3 to M1. In the uptrend, we are expecting the price to move from M2 to M4. So in the uptrend, this Euro USD is definitely in the uptrend. That's the major trend, okay? It does not mean that we cannot have a contra trend. So if you want to do a contra trend in the uptrend, the best place to look for is at M4, the target place for the day. And if you are in a downtrend, the best place to use your contra trend is at M1, because the price will move from M3 to M1. So you are looking for contra trend at M1 in the downtrend, and you are looking for contra trend at M4 in the uptrend. So this is it. The price now at M4. We can look for opportunity to sell if there is opportunity to sell. I hope you learned something from this video and that you will put into practice in order to cream this market consistently. Till next time, enjoy yourself and be very happy. And remember, look for opportunity to buy in an uptrend and look for opportunity to sell in a downtrend and follow the trend, because the trend is your friend. Till next time, enjoy yourself and be very happy. If you want to join us, you can go to www.stochastic-macd.com, where ordinary traders are busy learning and applying the rule of the professional trader in order to trade like a pro. Trade like a pro or learn to trade like a pro.